We'll sing the song. Huh? राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम. All of you had your breakfast, no? राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम.
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 राष्ट्र भक्ति प्रेरणा 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 का गान वंदे मातरम.
वंदे मातरम. वंदे मातरम.
वंदे मातरम. वंदे मातरम.
वंदे मातरम. वंदे मातरम.
वंदे मातरम. वंदे मातरम.
बंसी के बहते सुरों का गान वंदे मातरम.
बंसी के बहते स्वरों का गान वंदे मातरम.
चल रे झनकार झनके नाद वंदे मातरम.
चल रे झनकार झनके नाद वंदे मातरम.
बंसी के बहते सुरों का गान वंदे मातरम.
बंसी के बहते स्वरों का गान वंदे मातरम.
चल रे झनकार झनके नाद वंदे मातरम.
चल रे झनकार झनके नाद वंदे मातरम.
शंख के संघोष का संदेश 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 वंदे मातरम.
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम.
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम.
सृष्टि बीज मंत्र का है मर्म 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 वंदे मातरम.
राम के वनवास का है काव्य वंदे मातरम.
राम के वनवास का है काव्य वंदे मातरम.
That line you just listen. राम के वनवास का है काव्य वंदे मातरम.
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 दिव्य गीता ज्ञान का संदेश. दिव्य गीता ज्ञान का संगीत वंदे मातरम.
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 राष्ट्र की जय चेतना के गान वंदे मातरम.
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम.
राष्ट्र चल हल्दी खाटी के कणों में व्याप्त वंदे मातरम.
हल्दी घाटी के कणों में व्याप्त वंदे मातरम।
हल्दी घाटी के कणों में व्याप्त वंदे मातरम।
हल्दी घाटी के कणों में व्याप्त वंदे मातरम।
दिव्य जौहर ज्वाला का है तेज 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 वंदे मातरम।
वीरों के बलिदान के हुंकार वंदे मातरम।
वीरों के बलिदान की हुंकार वंदे मातरम।
वीरों के बलिदान के हुंकार वंदे मातरम।
वीरों के बलिदान की हुंकार वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र भक्ति प्रेरणा का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्रभक्ति प्रेरणा का गान वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
जन जन के हर कंड का ही गान वंदे मातरम।
जन जन के हर कंठ का है गान वंदे मातरम।
हरिधल धर धर कांबे सुनकर नाद वंदे मातरम।
हरिदर सरधर कामे सुनकर नाद वंदे मातरम।
जन जन के हर कंड का ही गान वंदे मातरम।
जन जन के हर कंठ का है गान वंदे मातरम।
हरिधल धर धर कांबे सुनकर नाद वंदे मातरम।
हरिदर सरधर कामे सुनकर नाद वंदे मातरम।
वीर पुत्रों की अमर ललकार वंदे मातरम।
वीर पुत्रों के अमर ललकार वंदे मातरम।
वीर पुत्रों की अमर ललकार वंदे मातरम।
वीर पुत्रों की अमर ललकार वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र की जय चेतना का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र भक्ति प्रेरणा का गान वंदे मातरम।
राष्ट्र भक्ति प्रेरणा का गान वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
There was some clearance required. वीर पुत्रों की अमर ललकार वंदे मातरम। राष्ट्रभक्ति प्रेरणा का गान वंदे मातरम। राष्ट्रभक्ति प्रेरणा comes in repetition. Last part need to be corrected again. Some of the every time Vande Mataram should not be in high pitch. Sometimes it should be low pitch. This is not there in Kannada, right? This song. It is not there, no? Not this book. It is not which we have given in your Xerox copies, Kannada.
Everyone has got Hindi only.
Yeah?
Most of them are Indian.
Hindi. From where you got that? That is not giving, only for usage. Only for reading we can keep it, after that we can keep it. because we don't have enough copies this.
Okay.
So we give the Xerox.
But in Jirachi is not there.
Eh?
This song is not there in Jirachi.
We will put in, you just take a, what is called, picture and put it in the group so that we can read it.
I think bring the food.
The last class, we try to learn about the basics of yoga. Yoga, from where the yoga word has come? Yoga. Huge. What is the meaning of huge? Join, combine. So yoga is a word which has come from the Sanskrit dhatu. This is a huge. The meaning is to unite. Uniting what? The supreme. Individual self to the supreme self, or the individual soul to the supreme self, supreme soul, or another way, Jivatma to the Paramatma, that union. Another way, uniting each individuals to the family, family to the society, society to the whole universe. So that union, combining, joining is what yoga is. Okay. So the different misconceptions like pseudo yogis, which proclaims yoga is only some demonstration of asanas, yoga is demonstration of some postures or some tricks or magics. So it is much beyond that. And what is that beyond? When we try to search in the scriptures, we understand through different definitions of yoga. Right? So different definitions we try to learn, right? So through the different text of yoga. So what Patanjali says, Patanjali in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, yoga is control of your mind. In Sanskrit, yoga is
calming down your
Sanskrit.
No, that is yoga.
Patanjali Yoga. Patanjali says,
Chitta Vritti.
Chitta Vritti. You have noted down? So Chitta Vritti. Chitta is the mind. Right? So mind control. Mind control is yoga as per the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Right? Then Yoga Vasishtha says yoga is
Yoga
Mana Prasad. Mana Upaya. You should by heart these things. What Yoga Vasishtha says? Louder.
Mana Prashamana.
Mana Prasamana Upaya. Okay. Mana Prasamana Upaya Yoga Iti Vidiyate. So it is a control of the mind and calming down the mind. It is a systematic, conscious process of control of the mind and calming down the mind. That is yoga. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita says yoga is a yoga karmasu kaushala. Okay, yoga is a karmasu kaushala. The first chapter, basics of yoga, you read both of it. Okay. So yoga karmasu kaushala. Yoga is a skill in action. Whatever action is there, you have to be more creative, more skillful, more the dexterity has to be used, right? Then other aspect is yoga is samatvam, equanimity of mind. Samatvam yoga jivitya. So these four definitions you should be able to say anytime. One is samatvam yoga uchyate, that is Bhagavad Gita's definition, samatvam, and yoga karmasu kaushalam, what is called chitta vritti nirodha, mana prasamana upaya. These four definitions is very, very important that you should be able to, pardon? Mana prasamana upaya, Chittavritti Nirodha, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam, and Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. These four are very, very important, which you need to always remember. Okay? Patanjali what says? Yoga Vasishtha what says? And Bhagavad Gita's two definitions. In Bhagavad Gita, there are a number of other definitions also about Bhagavad Yoga. But more important is these two slokas of second chapter. Okay. Which is there, which is given, I think, in the book also. These definitions. All of you read the book, first chapter?
All these slokas.
First chapter, we answered the...
Answering your turn? Answering your turn? Huh?
It is there.
Huh? Huh? Half page.
Yeah.
Half page, what will you do?
Halfway through, I have not yet finished it.
So when you collected your course book? Today? When you collected? You? Last. After that you opened? No. No, you are opening. Huh? Good. Huh? Other definitions. What is yoga as per Swami Vivekananda? Yoga is a compressing. It's a means of compressing one's evolution into a life, one single life, or few months, or few years, for few months, or few hours of bodily existence. Bodily existence. So compressing one's evolution means instead of more janmas or more rebirth in one life itself, within few years or few months or for few hours of bodily existence, once if you are able to achieve your goal, once if you are able to achieve your purpose of life, you are a yogi, right? So yoga is that which make you compressed, means your purpose of life is get fulfilled within that short duration of time. Then yoga's purpose is fulfilled. That is what is yoga. Yoga help you to achieve that within a short period of time. Capsule, right? Yoga says, as per B.K. Iyengar, it says yoga is a personality development. Written? Yoga says, yoga is a personality development. Okay, personality development in the physical, mental, emotional, in all fivefold development. Then Jiddu Krishnamurti, yoga is awareness, creating awareness, being presence of mind, what you are at present. You are living in that present, you are living in that now is yoga. Now you are listening, but your mind is different places, right? You are going here and there. You are not now, your presence of mind is not here, right? Many thoughts are disturbing, you are able to control your mind, then only the presence of mind will come, or your awareness will come, right? How the interrelated the definitions are telling. How yoga is awareness means what? Yoga is awareness. What do you understand?
Having consciousness about
Consciously aware of
your mind.
your mind. Means the now you are listening, you are at this moment. For that, what is required? You have to calm down the mind, you have to control the mind. Then you are able to be attentive. The awareness will be there, the presence of mind will be there. You can live the value of now, living in now, isn't it? Will be able to achieve. So the awareness will be there. Okay, that is the great philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti's definition. Right. Then yoga is, what else? I don't know, yoga is MBA. Yeah? Yoga is a union of body, mind and Atma. Union or combination or integrating body, mind and soul. Right. That's why it is saying yoga is a psycho-physical practice. It is not only a physical practice alone. Yoga is a psycho-physical practice. Means what? It is not only the physical practice alone, more of mental practice, right? Mentally you should be aware, mentally you should be controlled. That practice will come. So yoga is a No doubt. Yoga is a psychophysical practice. Psychophysical practice. As I told, yoga has come from the different darshanas. How many darshanas are there? Six darshanas are there. One of it is Yoga Shastra. Out of 6 darshanas of our ancient tradition or our shastras or our contribution, Yoga Shastra has come from the Shad Darshanas. What are the Shad Darshanas? First one is Purva Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa is written by or delivered by or given commentary by Jaimini Maharshi, Jaimini Muni or Jaimini Maharshi. Purva Mimamsa. Another is Uttara Mimamsa. Uttara Mimamsa is being commentary by or written by Veda Vyasa. So Uttara Mimamsa and Purva Mimamsa, Vedic the scriptures we can say, or what is called Veda combined together, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. The next one is Yoga Darshana. Yoga Darshana is by Patanjali, sage Patanjali. Next one is Sankhya Darshana. Sankhya Darshana is by Kapila Maharshi. Kapila Muni or Kapila Maharshi. Next one is Nyaya Darshana. Nyaya Darshana is by Gautama Maharshi. Gautama Muni. Gautama. Next one is Vaisheshika Darshana. Vaisheshika Darshana is by Kanada. Kanada Maharshi. Then, what are the 6? Tell. Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, Yoga Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, Nyaya Darshana, Vaisheshika Darshana. You are able to remember, no? All. Who all are they? Jaimini, Vyasa, Patanjali, Kapila, Gautama, Kanada. Okay. Kanada Maharshi. Just remember, read and then by reading and understanding it will come. So this is our culture. We should understand. There is nothing wrong in by hurting or understanding these great sages who contributed our culture, right? So these great Muni's names, we remember all Khan name or his children's name also. What is his wife's name? You will remember. Shah Rukh Khan's wife, Gori or Obama or his children's, their birthdays we remember, right? So we should remember the great rishis. They are our Guru Parampara. They are our great heroes, great warriors or great heroes for us. So their names we should Saptarshis or such type of great saints names you should remember. For that, sometime if you devote also, no harm, right? So great yogis are in our country. There are so many great yogis or the modern yogis. They are the ancient yogis, we can say. Ancient yogis, though they gave the Yoga Shastra. Now the modern yogis, who all are the modern yogis whom you know? Ramana Maharshi was a great yogi. Yes. B.K. Iyengar, you remember. And note down also. If you don't know, you should note down also. Okay. Ramana Maharshi, B.K. Iyengar, a modern yogi, right? Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, because of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda has given a wonderful commentary on Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. The complete work of Swami Vivekananda is there. So that also is a wonderful text to read for you all. Okay, Swami Vivekananda's commentaries. Though they are not preaching or practicing what is called a regular yogasanas practice, or in that point of view, the philosophical point of view, Jnana Yoga point of view, the wisdom point of view, knowledge point of view, and practice point of view, in the highest form of the yogic principles point of view, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, they comes, right? Then, who lived recently or recent time? Great yogis. Great Swami Shivananda, Divine Life Society history. He was a doctor, and in the Rishikesh he started the Swami Shivananda Divine Life Society. Even the Swami Chinmayananda and Swami Dayananda Saraswati, they are all disciples of from Swami Shivananda. Swami Chinmayananda took the Diksha, and from Chinmayananda, Swami Dayananda ji, not the Swami Dayananda ji directly from Swami Shivananda. So they were not contemporaries, but Swami Shivananda and Chinmayananda ji. Chinmayananda, you know, Chinmaya Mission's founder, Swami Chinmayananda. Chinmayananda ji gave wonderful commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is popular at present because of Chinmayananda ji's contribution. Okay, Swami Chinmayananda, he is a founder of Chinmaya Mission, a worldwide organization which is preaching or propagating Bhagavad Gita throughout the world. Other great yogis. Swami Vishnu Devananda, there is another yogi, Flying Swamiji. His name was Flying Swamiji. He used to aircraft, and he went abroad and he propagated Vedic, what is called yogasanas and asanas point of view, and different concept of yoga he preached in the West. So Western countries is very, very famous. He was Swami Vishnu Devananda. Swami Vishnu Devananda. Other great yogis. Autobiography of a yogi, you have heard? The autobiography of a yogi. Paramahamsa Yogananda. Paramahamsa Yogananda. He was also with the Divine Life Society, and Paramahamsa Yogananda, another yogi. His one of the famous book is an autobiography of a yogi. An autobiography of a yogi. You should start reading or purchase and read that book. Very wonderful book. An autobiography which says the mystic journey of a great yogi in the Himalayan valleys. How miracles happens, and he in association with the great yogis who lived in the Himalayan valleys or the mountains. Okay. A beautiful book which every yoga teacher should read. One of the best seller, we can say, autobiography. In all languages it is there. Autobiography of a yogi. Okay. Swami, what is his name? Paramahamsa Yogananda. Okay. He also went to the West and he preached in the Western countries, European countries, yogic philosophies. Of course, Swami Ramdev ji. Now presently yoga is famous because of Swami Ramdev ji's contribution. So Ramdev ji is also Swami Rama. Swami Rama is a great Himalayan.
I like the philosophy of Jaggi Vasudeva.
Yeah. So modern gurus.
Not in those, but he knows how to make people go
Practical.
Same time lead the normal life also, at the same time they can go.
Inner engineering. They have a program called Inner Engineering.
What is the difference between a yogi and a guru? These are gurus or yogis?
Yogi is he who practices, or he is in the path of what is called these principles. A guru, the meaning of guru, there are two words. Gu means the darkness. Ru means to remove. He who removes the darkness is a guru. He who removes, or he take you towards the salvation, towards the mukti. He is a guru. He who is complete, without any limitations, is a guru. All words are interconnected again. A guru is a yogi only. A yogi only can become a guru. A yogi has to be, a guru has to be a yogi. A yogi has to be a guru also, right? Different words. Acharya. Who is Acharya?
Teacher.
Who is following the Iti Acharati Acharya. He who is following the discipline or acharan in your daily life, in your words, in your deeds, that discipline or that what is called the values are inherent is an acharya.
Like Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya.
So in English word is teacher, right? But there is a lot of difference between a
There are
teacher
also
and
yogis, you think there are
Huh?
also yogis?
who.
Madhvacharya, Yogacharya.
They were also great yogis because in one particular aspect they were preaching or they were expanding the yogic principles only. They were preaching the yogic principles only. So don't minimize the yoga into a small word of practical asanas. Ardhakati Chakrasana, Padahastasana is not only the yoga, that point of view. Then any other yogis you know? The J.K. Vasudevji, Sri Yogi, Sri Ravishankarji, through art of living and what you can say, now the modern name is happiness program, art of living, Sudarshana Kriya. Some people are, what you can, some people accept, some people reject, or some people are fascinated, some people don't like it. Okay, that is your personal. Of course, I too not in the support of personal worship or personal godly feelings, because everybody have its own limitations. But ideologies take it into the principles are more important than individuals. Whatever goodness you can accept it, and rest of the things you reject it. Don't go beyond the person and worship or concept. Another great yogi is B.K. Iyengar. B.K. Iyengar's guru is Krishnamacharya. Okay, Professor Krishnamacharya. Note down whatever you listen. Okay, great yogis, some 15-20 names of great yogis you should be able to remember. Okay, Krishnamacharya, the guru of B.K. Iyengar. Professor Krishnamacharya. He is basically from Karnataka or Mysore, though he was basically from Chennai, and he settled in Mysore and Krishnamacharya. Though he learned from the Himalayas and yogic principles, there is a Yoga Kurunda, one text. So from that he developed his method of yogic principles, and he taught two people. One is B.K. Iyengar and Pattabhi Jois. Pattabhi Jois. Another great yogi, Pattabhi Jois. Whatever you listen about Ashtanga Vinyasa, okay, Ashtanga Vinyasa, it is developed by Pattabhi Jois. So that is the basic principle is from the Yogi Vamana. Vamana has written the Yoga Kurunda, one text, Yoga Kurunda. So Yogi Vamana. So from that text only, this Ashtanga Vinyasa is been developed. Okay. Ashtanga Vinyasa and Ashtanga Yoga, both are different. Okay. Ashtanga Yoga is the 8 principles which we need to learn from Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the text. Ashtanga Vinyasa is a physical, practical point of view, which is having around 42 different asanas combination. Okay, Ashtanga Vinyasa, basic is there, intermediate is there, advanced is there. And now modern, different advanced Western countries they develop. Okay, that is a physical practice, around 2 hours of practical classes are there. That is Ashtanga Vinyasa. Okay, it's a flow of different asanas. Ashtanga Vinyasa Surya Namaskara is Ashtanga Vinyasa Surya Namaskara A, Ashtanga Vinyasa Surya Namaskara B, and different combination of asanas. Around 42 asanas are there in the basic. That is the basic Ashtanga Vinyasa. That is a therapeutical point of view. Okay. Then intermediate comes, then advanced comes. This Ashtanga. So that is developed by whom? Pattabhi. His teacher is Krishnamacharya. But Iyengar also learned from him only, whom Krishnamacharya only. But Iyengarji, he developed a separate set of or a school of yoga with all props. Props means different supports or different apparatus, different things which he uses for doing the yoga, like chair. Yogic chair is there. Then bricks are there. Then different ropes are there. Different blocks are used. Different materials are there for Sarvangasana, Chakrasana. There are different benches are used. Different blocks are used. Different shape of blocks are used to give support. Ropes are used to get support. Everybody can do yoga. Everybody can do asanas. Aged people or diseased or different people, pregnant ladies, how we can do with the support of the asanas. Everybody cannot do Sarvangasana, but with support of a chair, we can do Sarvangasana, Halasana or Chakrasana. Everybody cannot do support. The Chakrasana stand, if you use by BK Iyengar, we can use the Chakrasana. Like that, everybody's point of view. When he was a teacher, he started taking the personal classes. Then he found that there are different things what are in the house. He started using like your dupatta or some rope or some blocks. He started using. Later on, it has become a separate set of props which is used in the Iyengar schools separately for those classes. But his book, if you see, there is no props or anything. Props, there are separate books, but the main book of B.K. Iyengar is the light tone yoga. Light tone yoga. The text of yoga also you can just note down. Different text of yoga, different books of yoga. One of the most important texts of yoga is Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Bhagavad Gita. Don't see Bhagavad Gita as a separate or any spiritual or religious book as such. It is a yogic text. As I told, Bhagavad Gita is having how many chapters? 18 chapters are there. 18 chapters with how many slokas? 700 slokas are there. 700 slokas. It's a small commentary. It's a part of the Bhagavad Gita. It's a part of Mahabharata. In the Bhishma Parva, it happens, the conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. There will be a separate class about Bhagavad Gita that we will try to understand. Some part of it. Who is written? Veda Vyasa. Veda Vyasa has written the. Who has written means Ganesha has written. So Veda Vyasa's commentary or Veda Vyasa has written the Bhagavad Gita. Then other text is Patanjali Yoga Sutra. No doubt. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Yoga Sutra is having 196 sutras, slokas. There are 4 chapters, 4 padas. It is saying 4 padas. Samadhi pada, sadhana pada, samadhi. Samadhi, just note down. Samadhi pada, sadhana pada, vibhuti and kaivalya. Samadhi, sadhana, vibhuti and kaivalya. Samadhi pada is a chapter. Okay. Pada means a part of Samadhi pada, sadhana pada, vibhuti and kaivalya. Ultimate kaivalya. Kaivalya Dhama is there. Kaivalya. It's one of the yoga institute's name. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. How many slokas are there? How many sutras? 186 sutras are there. Okay. First sutra is
Yoga.
no.
Idam
Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Atha, now the discipline of yoga starts. Right? Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Second sloka is
Yoga Chitta
Vritti Nirodha. Right. So 2 slokas you should be able to remember, right? Some more slokas you will try to understand.
Second one is
Yoga.
Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Atha Yoga Anushasana. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha is second one of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, right? So Patanjali is being kept as the Guru of Yoga. Who is the Guru of Yoga? Patanjali. Why? Because he is given the commentary, or he has given the direction about the Yoga Shastra. Okay, principles of yoga. What is a yogi? Who a yogi should be? What are the concept of yoga? What is the yama niyamas? Okay, what are the disciplines which we need to follow as an individual in the path of yogic life? And what is the effect? What is called the after effect. Okay, what you achieve by practice of Samadhi Pada or Kaivalya Pada, this explains about what is the siddhis which you will get, or what is the effect of yogic life. That you just ignore what siddhis are not. To be a good human beings, that itself is a great siddhi, right? So that siddhi you just think of it only. There are different type of siddhis. Just leave it alone. Leave it as it is. Right. So now you need to think about this to become a good human being. As I told, no, yoga is the journey from the well-being. If you take from well-being to the from illness to the wellness, right? From the path of perfection, from the normal human beings to the higher human beings, or the super or divine human beings. That way of journey of yoga, journey of towards the wellness, that journey you need to think of it. Because to make yourself well equipped instrument, that is the purpose, right? Because see, as per the World Health Organization also, World Health Organizations define what is health. Health is means what? Health. To be healthy means what? Away from the diseases. Away from the diseases means what?
physically and mentally.
Physically and mentally. First they came out with the definition that you should be fit. Physically you should be fit. To be fit in physical state is healthy state. Then they again analyzed it. It is not only the physical fitness alone. Your mental health is also very important, right? So that alone is not correct. Then again they analyzed. Emotional health also is very important. Intellectual health also is important. So spiritual health also is very important. So all-round well-being is health. So health is not mere absence of disease. It is a physical, mental, intellectual, emotional and spiritual well-being is health. Even World Health Organization also defined in this way at present. From the absence of disease to the absence of disease in not only the physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. Okay. If you want, you can note down. Health is not an absence of disease. It is a well-being in physical, mental, intellectual, emotional and spiritual. So that way of progress towards the perfection, progress towards the ultimate, that growth is the purpose of yogic practices. So what I was telling about Patanjali Yoga Sutra, right? So Guru of Yoga, who is Guru? Patanjali. So we salute in the yoga classes. Yogena chittasya padena vacham balam sharirasya chavaidikena yopakarottum pravara munina Patanjalim prancha nirana tosmi. When I teach or when we teach, we will tell you the meaning. Okay, that great sage we salute who given the commentary on yoga and grammar and Ayurveda or the health point of view. So whom I salute. So that sage Patanjali. So Patanjali is Adi Yogi is Shiva. From Shiva only the yogic concept has come through to Patanjali, we can say, or to the Manu and the human beings we got the yogic principles. Okay, so Adi Yogi is always Shiva, Nataraja. Okay, and Patanjali is there are different Patanjalis and
Patanjali is a single person.
pardon?
Patanjali is a single person or a group of people?
In our text, different type of Patanjali's explanation is given. Okay. So the mainly whom Patanjali, who has written the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, is an incarnation of Shesha Shaina. Okay, it's a snake god. Yeah. There is a story behind, when the Patanjali, it is written around 5,000 years before. When he wanted to, give the commentary to the disciples, the Manu and other disciples. So he kept a demand that there should be a separation between the disciples and the Patanjali, and nobody should go out of the place where the commentary is being given, and nobody should see the commentary, who is giving, nobody should remove the curtain and all. But because of the curiosity, somebody removes and the Shesha Sena comes, the fire which comes out of the Shesha, the snake god, it made everybody to kill or become ashes. So one person, because of the curiosity, goes out and he saves, but he is being cursed by the Patanjali. So that way there are, you can say, stories about. There is another story. Pata means falling in the palms. The fish which falls on Pata, the great sage who was taking the bath that time, the falling on the palms. So Pata Anjali, falling on the palm. So great saint falls in the palms of the great Rishi, and he becomes Patanjali, or like that. There are, us being the great personalities, their personal life is not mentioned in any of the text. So different ways of understanding about. Only we need to understand the principles, not the person behind the principles. Any of the text, if you see, their biographies were not written. Okay, very less only will be known about that. So different stories will be known or saying about the peoples. Okay, so go through the text only, not the person, individuals. So other yogic text is Yoga Vasishta. Yoga Vasishta, not out. Yoga Vasishta. Written by? Pardon? Vasishta only. Yoga Vasishta. Vasishta Muni.
He wrote
Commentaries. So Yoga Vasishta by Vasishta Maharshi. Vasishta Maharshi. There are a number of commentaries available in the modern publications or people who gave wonderful commentaries. Okay.
this Swami Venkateshan's this one is very big. When we were in US, we used to discuss during night. We start at 10 o'clock without calling everyone, around 15-20 people. Read only one page. But one page will take us for 1 hour discussion. What it means. And you just imagine what the system might have wrote. Okay. Because
It's all like a sutras where, wonderful meanings of each and every line which he gives. As I told, Atha Yoganushasana, one word itself we can explain in different pages or different hours of explanation can be given for that particular word. Anushasanam, what do you mean by Anushasana? Atha, the word Atha itself, if you see the commentaries by different people, is marvelous. There are different Hatha Yoga books, Hatha Yoga text, that is also yoga. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, no doubt. Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Hatha Yoga Pradipika. HYP. Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Swami Swapmarama Suri. Swami Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Swami Swatmarama Suri. Swatmarama Suri. At least you remember Swami Suri, Swatmarama Suri, Hatha Yoga Pradipika. This is not the philosophical point of view. Asanas, pranayama, kriya techniques are explained. Around 50 around asanas, major asanas are explained in all these texts, Hatha Yoga books. So all the asanas which are used at present are explained in the different Hatha Yoga texts. Not in Bhagavad Gita, not in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, not in Yoga Vasishta. These are explained in the, or whatever derivations or variations of asanas and pranayama and kriya techniques are taken from the Hatha Yoga text only. Okay, all asanas are Hatha Yoga only. Asanas. So one is Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali. Another text is Hatha Yoga Ratnavali. Hatha Yoga Ratnavali. Narayana Swami. Narayana Swami. Not Narayana Guru. So Narayana Swami. Gheranda Samhita. Gheranda Samhita. Maharshi Gheranda. By Maharshi Gheranda. 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 G-H-E or G-H-A? Whatever. Gheranda.
Big K.
K. Gheranda Samhita. Maharshi Gheranda. Shiva Samhita. Another is a Shiva Samhita. Shiva Samhita. Who has written is not known or it is not given. Shiva Samhita. Maybe the Shiva's.
We call it's written retold to the world by Gandhi because he was reviewing the conversation between Shiva and Parvati. And that's how it comes, but there is no proof.
Who has written? Maybe commentary by Vedavyasa. But don't write who has written. In the scriptures also it is not available. Who has written by Shiva Samhita. So what are they? Now the text of yoga, Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yoga Vasishta, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, Gheranda Samhita, Shiva Samhita. So Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali, Shiva Samhita, and Kirana Samhita. These four are the Hatha Yoga text. Hatha Yoga text. Okay. Hatha Yoga text. Name for Hatha Yoga text or two Hatha Yoga text means those things you have to write, not Bhagavad Gita or Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Right. Or Hatha Yoga. Hatha means sun and moon. Okay. Hatha. There are other explanations also happens. So all yogic practices, asana point of view or the pranayama point of view, practical point of view, we can say, or health point of view, whatever explanations being given, it is by this Hatha Yoga text.
What is the difference between Hatha Yoga and Power Yoga?
Power Yoga is doing little fast. In the Western countries, whatever Ashtanga Vinyasa is termed as or named as Power Yoga. It has come from the Western country, the Power Yoga. So for Ashtanga Vinyasa, which is being practiced or preached by Patabi Jois in the Western countries, they accepted it because of the fastness, speed, making you sweat, and therapeutical benefits. But there was some, what you can say, philosophy behind it. You need to do Ujjayi pranayama, continuous Ujjayi breathing you have to do in that, so that it gives the effect of pranayama and there is no warm-up or anything. But in the modern time, Power Yoga is in India, which is being, or in Bangalore, which is very much famous, is doing more of physical exercises, giving more importance to the gym or acrobatic practices, making you more, hot and burn the calories by doing little fast exercise, gym exercises or sports exercises, doing it fast and making the class more dynamic. So dynamic practices, dynamic Surya Namaskara, different variations of Surya Namaskara. This is what is in the modern time Power Yoga. Okay.
But basic movements are from
Holding.
Now, whole Hatha Yoga, the basic movements of the Power Yoga from the holding days only.
Hatha Yoga. In Power Yoga, we do all the maintenance of 5 breath only. Not even Ashtanga Vinyasa only. Each asanas we will do maintaining 5 breathing. In Power Yoga, general 5 breath, or in Ashtanga Vinyasa, 5 Ujjayi breathing in each asanas. Here, more warm-up exercise. Okay, less asanas is what is Power Yoga. But basically, Power Yoga is Ashtanga Vinyasa. So, may the text of
Bihar School of Yoga. Is there any book?
yeah, I'll tell you. Books.
I think they use Sastanga, not Astanga.
That is basically from the Shiva Samhita law. 7 steps were taken separately. Okay, what I was telling, the different text, right? Written. Hatha Yoga text. The different.
Advanced will
What
include
is?
this. Will our advanced PT see will include this.
Which one? The
Not
basic
the-
things means Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita's deeper sense we will try to understand. Different yoga institutes in India, if you take different institutes, the ancient different institutes. Kaivalya Dhama, one of this is Kaivalya Dhama, Lonavala. It's in Pune. Kaivalya Dhama. Lonavala, Pune, Maharashtra, is one of the ancient yoga school or yoga university we can say, or a yoga research center we can say. They have done a lot of research and Lonavala. Okay. Bihar School of Yoga is also one of the ancient yoga college, university we can say, who conduct a lot of BSc, MSc courses in yoga, PhD and research on yoga. From Swami Shivananda, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, who is a disciple of Swami Shivananda, and he started Swami Satyananda Saraswati. Bihar School of Yoga is in the Bihar only, Munger. The place of name is Munger. Sometimes when you make a trip and or you can visit such places also, yogic places also. Munger in Bihar. Bihar School of Yoga. Swami Satyananda Saraswati. Now presently who is heading is Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati. Swami Niranjanananda, young dynamic yogi. They have written a number of books on yoga. Yoga by Yoga, Asana, Pranayama and Kriya. There is a beautiful book. Yoga, Asanas, Pranayama, Bandha, Mudras. There is a book. Yoga, Asana, Pranayama, Bandhas by Bihar School of Yoga. That is one of the best book which we can use it for reference. And Bihar School of Yoga's all books are very standard books, very good books which you can use it for reference. You can read, go through it.
They go in a very
Deeper sense in yogic management of even bandhas, Mula Bandha. There is one book on Mula Bandha, just one of the bandha. That itself will be explained. Shavasana, there is a book on what is called Yoga Nidra, wonderful book. Yoga therapy point of view, Yoga Chikitsa point of view, there are books. Yoga therapy books are there. So all books of Bihar School of Yoga is written by the Swamijis only. Swami Satyananda Saraswati or Niranjanananda Saraswati or other disciples, Swamijis only. All standard books, not locally available books. These are authentic books we can say. Another is Iyengar's School of Yoga. Iyengar's School in Pune. Because Iyengar's Swami, what is his wife's name only that Ramamani Iyengar Yoga. So Iyengar School of Yoga in Pune. That is also very famous yoga institute. Another is of course the Jigni, yes Vyasa, Swami the Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan. Yes VYSN, yes VYSN, yes Vyasa, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan. Yes Vyasa, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan. Samsthan, organization. Samsthan, Anusandhan, discipline. Their website you should see when you get free time. Okay, all their Lonavala just type or Bihar School of Yoga just type or what we can say Iyengar schools or it is headed by Dr. Nagendraji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra. He is Vice Chancellor of SVasa University. It is in Jigni, in Bangalore, over 100-acre campus. There, inpatients also is there. You can go and put patients, the doctor is for the different treatment. And different courses are there. His sister is Dr. Nagaratna. So Dr. Nagendraji, he was a NASA scientist. So he resigned and joined Vivekananda Kendra, and he's been assigned the work of starting Yoga Institute and yogic research. So his sister also joined, Dr. Nagaratna Devi. Both are alike. So Chamaraspet, she is having a hospital, and city office also is there in Chamaraspet. So there is a group of doctors and do a lot of research on yoga, and different papers will be presented and published. And
They come in even radios also.
yeah, in all media, very famous, all different programs are there. So in India, one of the scientific research or institution, there is a separate wing of Anyukshana in SVasa University. So that itself is only for research purpose only. Each asanas, how the benefit, each pranayamas, what is the benefit. From there only, whatever therapeutical, whatever you are going to learn, different asanas, therapeutical point of view, for back pain, what is to be used, for neck pain, what is to be used, what is good for gastric problems. Those things are developed by SVasa. Our syllabus, which is most of the part of the syllabus which you are using it, the course book, it is from SVasa only. Okay. We combine other aspect also, Iyengas also we take, but they don't take Iyengar, they don't take Ashtanga, they don't take what we can say, other school of it. But we combine everything. What is good for, you should know what is everything. That's why we combine, most of the part from SVasa we take, rest other things which is good from other institutions also we combine it. But we learn from SVasa. Because in Vivekananda Kendra also, whatever principles are used is used by Dr. Nagin Trichy only, because he was the first in Vivekananda Kendra only. So in 2000, it got separated. Vivekananda Kendra and SVasa University got separated. It has become an independent organization, SVasa, yogic, but Vivekananda Kendra can become a service organization. And yoga is also part of the organization. Other institutions like Divine Life Society. I told Swami Shivananda started that Divine Life. There is also yoga. Different yoga courses like TTC courses in different places. In Neyardam, in Trivandrum, they conduct TTC courses. In abroad or in Rishikesh, they conduct different yoga or what is called training programs also. There is also an ancient Divine Life Society. Pardon? That is in Rishikesh. Rishikesh itself, our Swami Ramdevji's Patanjali Yoga Peeth is there. That is also very good yoga institution. Sometime you can visit. Patanjali Yoga Peeth, where Ayurveda, yoga research, and as well as now different courses, different programs they conduct. Patanjali Yoga Peeth. Of course, there are different other yogi gurus in the modern time. Vikram Chaudhary or there are so many controversies. Hot yoga. So few yoga teachers who are very famous, those who are famous in the yoga, you should know, right? Yoga institutions in India, famous yoga institutions in India, you should know yoga textbooks, you should know, right? You should be able to understand that. So the next part of the understanding after the basics of yoga is why yoga, why we should use yoga, what is the purpose we are using the yoga, right? Of course, yoga is making you more creative, more skillful, and control of the mind. But individually, how a yoga will help you for your growth, how it will help you. As I told you, health is not absence of disease. It is all-round personality development, all-round individual growth. So yoga is a all-round personality growth. An integrated personality growth, complete well-being is yoga. So this complete well-being, how it will happen? it is not mere the development of the individual physical existence, what we can see, what we can feel alone. It is much beyond that. An individual is not the physical existence alone. Okay. So there is a subject called Panchakosha. Panchakosha. We will explain some other class. So physical, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. So an individual, when we see in a biological point of view, we see the smallest unit of the body. What is that? The cells. Cell, isn't it? Kosha. So cells join together. Pardon? Tissues. Different tissues forms together. Organs. Different organs. What are the different organs? Kidney, liver, or heart, or different organs, right? Organs join together. Systems. Different systems. What are the different systems? Digestive system, respiratory, nervous system, excretory system, or skeletal system. The different endocrine, different systems are there. That will come in the anatomy classes, right? More of. There is a physical point of view, biological point of view. We understand the body, right? But in yoga point of view, we understand not only the physical body alone. So we have to go from the stula to sukshma, means gross level to the subtler, very deeper sense we have to understand. We need to grow. So that physical body is called the physical level. So personality development is why yoga. So why yoga? Yoga is for your personality development, total development. This total development, the first level is a physical level. Okay, physical level. Or physical development, personality development, first level of your growth, your changes has to happen in your physical level, individual level, which we can see, which is very, very important, right? So physically we cannot ignore. As I told, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharmasad. Whatever we achieve, whatever we can develop, it is through your physical level only, isn't it? The existence, rest of all existence happens in the physical level, right? What you can say, the expressions is through the physical level. So physical growth is very important. So how a personality development happens in the physical level? Through yoga. How? Yoga helps you a lot, right? For your physical development. Physical fitness means what? Fitness person is there, right? Fitness means what? What do you mean? Fitness means what? You should be very flexible.
For confidence.
Pardon?
For confidence it matters.
Okay.
Stamina,
Strength,
flexibility, and balance.
balance. Very good. So, what are the four concepts? Stamina, strength, flexibility, and balance. Very good. In asanas also, this is what we mean, right? Physically fit means we need to remove the different diseases, different problems which we are facing, right? We should be fit enough. So if you are sitting here, if you are aching too much of your back or knees or your, gastric problems or any, the neck pain or physically if you are not fit enough, you cannot become a yogic. Growth is not assured. Or your sadhana or you're a very sadhaka or a yogi or you are into the path. If you are not able to sit for long duration, if you go for different meditation programs, what is called any meditation programs, if you go Vipassana and all, if you go hours together, you have to sit 3 hours, you have to sit without moving your body. or the whole day you have to sit sometime. You know, in the beginning, okay, 3 hours you should not move. Then the whole day, minimum some 8 to 12 hours you have to sit. Means what? You have to be physically fit enough. So, 100 people are joining for Vipassana means at the end only 10-15 will be coming out from the Vipassana. 10 days you should not talk. You have to take very sattvic food, very light or very nominal food only you have to take, and 10 days you have to sit. Right? It is you need to be very physically fit, or mentally also fit. Right? So for that, different diseases we have to remove it. So yoga chikitsa, yoga therapeutical point of view, we have to make use of it. Yoga for the fitness point of view, right? So make you more flexible. You should be flexible. If you want to do different asanas, you should be flexible, right? Physically you should be flexible. Then only you can do different asanas, different postures, different Surya Namaskar, right? Unless if you don't make yourself flexible, the internal organs also not get stimulated, activated. Unless if you are not activating the internal organs, the blood circulation will not increase. Your oxygen flow will not be increasing. Your prana shakti will not flow towards different organs. One of the main root cause of the different disease is the lack of prana on your different organs. If diabetes is happening, the lack of prana in your systems or the energy is decreasing. Means in the physical form, lack of oxygen supply reduces. Then you get different problems or the heart or internal systems. So give more oxygen, give more prana shakti to different organs through different asanas and making you more flexibility. Okay, so physically you should be very flexible and you should be soft also. When you are doing shavasana, when you are in relaxation, you should be able to relax, not tightening the body and walking. Some people will walk without any, softness, right? You should be very soft also. In your words also you should be soft. In your physically also you should be very soft. When you are trying to relax means you should try to make it soft like a flowers, right? The softness also has to come in your physical system. Then when you wanted to be hard enough, you wanted to face the difficulties, when you hardship you have to come across, or if you want to face it, you should be very hard enough like a diamond also. What Swami Vivekananda says, men these are wanted muscles of iron and nerves of steel, like a hard like a thunderbolt. That is what is required. The men with physical strong. When he was traveling and he was listening some bad words about India, he told, I don't mind to throw you out from the ship, like that he says. That much boldness, that much courage. When something goes beyond your, what you can control or what you can say, it is your interest or the national interest, you should be able to face. You should be physically strong. It is not all God and goddesses coming and blessings alone. They all wearing different weapons, right? It is not very soft hearted like that. So when and where it is required, you have to be strong enough. That what is called ahimsa point of view. That we'll discuss later, right? So your physically you should be very strong enough to face any challenges, and the fitness also comes. Strength is very much required. So the flexibility, softness, and strength like a diamond, strong enough like a diamond, physically is must for the fitness. Okay, physical growth, it is a must. Okay, so the softness and both ways. It is not only the fitness in different point of view. As and when it is required to be flexible, as and when it is required to be soft, it should be able to be strong as well as rigid also. Both ways we should be able to make use of. So then the physical strength increases. Okay, it is not in the modern time fitness means what? Zero size, or healthy means what? Zero size, right? Without single pack you should have 6-pack, right?
There is a concept they are following.
So everybody want that pack only. Nobody wants single pack. 6 packs everybody want. And starving and doing more of dieting and what you can say, see more problems, anemic problems, who is facing? all these models and film models basically to make you more fit and slim and slim and slim. You will do more of dieting, and it is not because lack of money, not because of the tribals or what you can say, lack of financial problems, because of in the name of fitness or in the name of shaping your you starve yourself, and anemic problems they face or different diseases.
Every month basis, they are coming with the new diet plans. 6 days plan, 7 days plan.
Yeah, BMA plan.
1 day plan. It's like
Fruit,
that.
what is called fruit dieting,
Fruit dieting,
juice dieting, or dieting you do ancient time.
How many days they will follow, sir? How many days? How many months they will follow? Just ask them, sir. What is follow? Just simple thing. I ask, because I face this problem, I simply ask them, how many months you going to follow this? Is going to be lifelong or is
Beginning there will be a lot of enthusiasm. Jindal, I will go to Jindal Naturopathy or
it's like a new resolution for them. It's like a
they will start for a few days or a few months or a few course time, and then they will come back and they will eat nicely, and then again they will put on right. That Arambha Shuraha, beginning there will be a lot of enthusiasm and they do all starving and dieting. Later on, but that those things also is periodic surgery and some people do to reduce the fatness and all. After that again they will put on weight because of the control of tongue is not so easy, right? Unless if you don't follow the principles of Yoga Shastra. Physical mere the superficial attractions will not make you, right? So in the ancient time also, if your beauty concept is in different ways. Beauty means not lean, no. You have to be fat. You have to, not that, in the ancient text also it says ananada, right? Like a different walking, ladies were imagined in the ancient text also. It is, fat people were all called as beautiful, not the so lean or zero size, like that. And it is, flexibility is nothing to do with your fat alone. Don't think that you are little fat or you cannot be flexible. There are so many YouTube videos you can see that very fat people doing very advanced asanas, and very lean people they can't even. There was one gym master who comes in the previous class, he can't sit even in the Sukhasana. Forget about Padmasana and all that. Sukhasana itself, sitting is very difficult. Sitting itself. So fitness doesn't mean that making you too lean or beauty also different concept. So it is make you more fit in physical level. The strongness and flexibility, that calmness or the softness is very important in the physical fitness and physical level of your growth. So misconceptions we need to avoid and remove it. Then next one is mental level. Other aspect is physical level. Physical growth means, doesn't mean that you are 100 kg and you are very fat, you are fit. No. Fit means you are very heavy, means you are fit. That is also misconception, right? Fat people only get all problems, right? So to get fitness, what they will eat, all non-veg and all, this is having protein, this is having all, what is called, all elements or what you can say, vitamins. So people go on eating and making your body a burial ground, all dustbin, right? So that also create problems, right? It is to be balanced, right? So mental level of personality growth means what we will understand. Mentally strong. So 90% of the individual is in the mind, right? The physical level is less. More if mental strength, mental stamina means what? Willpower. So willpower is very much important for your growth, right? So individually, how mentally you are strong, mentally you are very active, making you more active is the mental development. Many of the disease comes in your mind first, not the physical state. First of all, the psychosomatic ailments. All the modern lifestyle diseases are termed as psychosomatic. Psychosomatic means what? It comes to the mind, lifestyle, in your changes, in your thinking process, okay, which get accumulated and fall into the physical state later on. With pranayama, what is called prana healing and all, in the prana it get affected. Here in this sense, in yogic sense, when we understand, it is in the mental level it get affected. Okay, then only the physical, mentally if you are weak, only the disease get affected. And there are so many diseases which we can come across or we can come out with the mental feeling alone. And even dieting is there, where you mentally feel you are dieting and you are reducing your weight, you can reduce your weight. With your mental efficient programming, you can remove many diseases, right? That is the resolution. In the class also we give different resolutions. You feel you are young, you are energetic, you are happy. Those resolutions when we start giving, it goes to the subconscious mind. It program and it develop, it make you to come out of the problems, right? So the best healing is the mental healing. Or mental development, mental growth, mental stamina, mental, removing the weakness of the mind is very, very important for your personality development. Okay? So mentally how you are strong is what you are. Okay? That's why it says what you think that you become. Okay? So thinking process, changing your thinking process in the mental level is very, very important for your personality growth. Okay? So mentally how you are balanced, mentally how you are programmed, mentally how you are developing, mentally how you are focused. That is very important for the mental development in the physical, what is called personality development. That in the yoga practice, how this programming, this adding the inputs in your mind, okay, the thinking level, changing the attitude in your. So they will become more strong. Mentally, even if you are having so many problems, when you feel you are good, you are strong, then half of the solution. There are a number of meditation programs which help you to come out of the problems or to mentally make you more strong. One of the main purpose of meditation itself is to make you mentally strong. Okay. So in the Shavasana, whatever instructions we give, in the asanas, whatever instructions we give, that all make you bold enough to develop your willpower. The enhancement or the development or enrichment of your mental state is very important. So physically developing and mentally developing, mentally making you strong. Then next one is?
This one is making news nowadays. Mental, because the sports person especially, Roger Federer, he is a 36 years old, but now he is becoming again number one. So the people asked him how his change happened, because he is there almost 16 to 20 years in the tennis, but nobody at that age become a number one. He learned mental toughness. That's what I trained. I didn't train on physical. Physical I had it already, but mental toughness, that's why
All sports personalities nowadays. One of the Indian coach, badminton coach I was taking in the classes, Dr. Omkarananda from Iyengar Yoga. He is the sports coach yogi coach for a cricket team. Nowadays all sports personalities, they practice yoga. Why? Because physically fitness alone will not, mental fitness also is very much good. Whoever is in the, pardon?
We can feel that when we are doing our regular running also. When you are doing 10K and after 5K, you start, why I started, I could have slept at home. It's just about 5 more. Push it yourself. Even though your legs are not going forward, you can push it with your. Yeah. No, not only running. While running, after 5K, you will obviously feel tired. Then all it is in the mental. 5 more. Just do it. It's done. It's like you have to keep pushing yourself. Even though your leg is not moving, your mind is pushing it to move. So we can feel that when we are also doing it.
So mental strength is, those who are involved in many of the psychiatrics or doctors or mentally who are involved in the artists, many artists who need a peace of mind.
Even in diseases also, my brother is a neurosurgeon. People will come with so many neuro problems. You need just one aspirin. Okay? Take for 10 days. They think that is a big seminar. You don't tell exactly. Give on this.
There are, when paracetamols, there are proof that just sugar powders were given to the patients who are suffering from fever and all, not the real paracetamol. Only sugar capsules were given. They become alright because of your faith and mental growth.
This is mind how you prepare yourself and how, if you are getting any hurt also, if you hurt yourself also, if you think, no, I'm able to do it, you are answering you can do it. If you think that I got hurt and I will not able to do it, then you can't.
More than snake bite, fear make you to die.
Unless it's very much deep or deep deep fracture or something, that is different case. But minor things like what they think
Small
is
wound or something.
small problem, many of them like what they think is, no, this is, I got hurt, I am not in pain, so this is my, I'll get ready. 1 week also, after 1 week also, that same pain also will come.
So meditation is the key. Increase performance.
In cause of a case, everybody told me, everybody thought, 2 years back, everybody thought he will quit and he will retire from the sun.
So,
He came to the final, he lost the final, everybody thought he that's all. He can't, that's the reason he is like, again he regained his number 1 position because of his mental, and it's nothing but the willpower, and he only focused, yes I can. The person who is younger than him, the 2-3% who he thought like they will come, they can build more cancer than him, they couldn't. Because even though physically they were more stronger than Roger Federer is physically not too strong. He is only in techniques. He doesn't play too hard, he doesn't play too aggressive also. He plays only coolly. If you see his matches, he is the one who can, like 10 people sitting him, he will just stand and he will just cool, that's it. He will not do anything. But I get to him, they couldn't reach the place of what he is now. That's the reason we call him as a president.
So any profession, if you take like film stars or anybody, they all have the personal yoga teachers or personal practices make you fit enough and mentally strong enough. So the more intent towards the yoga getting attracted is one of these levels of changes in your personality, how it develops. So even there are, Singapore, one person who is 74 or something, came in the media. So 100 stories building, he was able to climb and come down by jumping only, leaving one step. Within few minutes, he was able to complete, though he had earlier some knee problem. Irrespective of that, developing the mentally strong and practice of yogic practices. Any marathon athletes, here in our class also there are 2-3 athletes, who go for marathon programs. They say that when the whole week when they do and the weekend they go for different marathon programs in different places throughout the country. So they feel these fighters of yogic practices help them to be strong mentally and to be win and
Even Saram Vishweshwar, we use that his story in our company just to inspire them. He was 84-year-old when he visited US. And the US people, they will go, we are the best leaders. Then they purposefully make him to 5-star building, on the side 5-star building, they put a meeting. Only lift, they made it as an off. And this kid told, okay, if not, okay, we'll go. Suddenly, around he climbed almost 100 plus steps in 84 years. The people who are around coming, they are breathing heavily. Then they ask him, it is a part of our life. You come to India, any village, you go, you don't take it. You don't feel there. That is the willpower, it makes so much. Even 84 year of 84, you could able to climb without any stress something for you.
always using the materials and lift and all.
So even in our companies it came. If you are going to first floor and second floor,
Don't use.
Do not use the fish. Use the stays.
There's no medicine
Reason
for
is,
alasya.
one thing is that he is around 96 or 98. Still he is practicing running. He used to go to across the country and he does marathon. He does 100 meters running and so on. He is more than 90 years.
Yeah, he's okay.
Any other experience you have?
He is a Canadian actor.
Tell your experiences.
Recently when we have done 1 or 8 Surya Namaskaras,
Ah.
that's where we used to.
Beginning time when you come for the classes and all 5 times Surya Namaskara, you
Every
You
alternate
feel-
Surya
feel
Namaskara
tired.
I would stop. I would come at 5 o'clock, every alternate Surya Namaskara I would stop and take a break because I couldn't do it. Now I can do around
endurance
7
and
without stopping.
stamina development. In the beginning it is very difficult. In our classes, all
Even when we are dancing, we just submerge in the song and go on for hours together when we are doing a classical form. It's just our willpower which makes us to continue to do. Normally without song when we do, we are tired for even 30 minutes. But with this song, we get into that mental level and it makes you just go on.
when we went to this, what is called our J.K. Vasudevji's Shivratri program, we went for Coimbatore this time. So the whole night, 6 to 6, different songs, and he was making us to dance, and everybody was into that enthusiasm to dance. Not only the spiritual songs, all film songs, everything. Everybody was dancing, not feeling tired or sleepy or anything. All irrespective of age. The old people also were dancing like anything, and how the enthusiasm comes, mentally making you active, energetic. Anything, the
I
experience?
don't know, like kids have so much energy and
Energy.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
When we went to Goa, the kids, whenever they see a beach, they have to take a dip and listen. And say, no, I can't do it. They never say, I can't do it. It's like they have so much. And when we will start developing that, oh, I can't do that, I can't do this, I don't understand that. They have
That's why we say we will be like a child, many times attitude,
they never
everything,
have that, I can't do
activeness
that.
and forgetting nature, right? So many asanas are there with the child.
When it
Breathing,
starts,
how they do the breathing.
when do we start losing that kind of enthusiasm? I don't understand.
When all negations accumulate, all different life. Don't do this.
It boils down to, if you see our life, it boils down to our mind only. We ourselves should put a barrier is not possible for me. But when you cross that, you can do more than that, what you expected. Maybe 1 layer, but you have crossed 3 layers also, you need, don't feel that
Tired.
tired. It's
Okay.
amazing.
So we need a Jambavan to, Jambavan's, Hanuman to understand about his power, right? Any experience like you?
The same when I was doing yoga for the first time. They used to take 12 rounds with the right leg and 12 rounds with the left leg. So initially I could not do that. But afterwards, those 24 rounds I can go to it.
So now we can do 108 at a stretch. Huh? What about
After
you?
practice,
ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಸೊ ಆದರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಬಂದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏಜ್ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
As we are told in our annual day also, one of the person, Gaudaji, he came with us in Kanyakumari. It's a big rock. It was a Maritwa Malay, it is called. It's a part of the Hanuman. He took Sanjeevani medicine to Sri Lanka. Part of it has fallen near Kanyakumari. It's a big rock, big hill, mountain. So morning here itself we decided. The previous batch teachers and all. So we will go and we will climb that also. In Kanyakumari, whoever come for the camps and all, we take them morning for a climbing, rock climbing. Morning 5 o'clock we will go around 9, 10 o'clock we will reach there, we will have breakfast, there is a Hanuman temple there, the top. And in the top we can see the whole India's the last bit of land where, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, all these things. Last we can see the last part of India. From there we can see it from the top. So we take with the breakfast hotel, we will go and climb. So some senior citizens, evening we have a meditation class, therapeutical class where some senior citizens also we announced that they also told we will also come seeing Kanyakumari and Rockmuril. So when this program was there, they also told, okay, we will also come for your climbing. We thought they will stop in between and they will sit nearby. There are so many ashrams and temples on the way. So this one person, he is above 85 years old. He told, no, I will also come with you, and till the end, he was climbing without any support. Very, very difficult. Literally, sometimes you have to keep your hands, and many youngsters were sitting and making very difficult to climb the rock, you can say. He was very easily, he was going, and willpower make him more strong. We were also worried, hey, something happens, what do we do? Diamonds or anything. There are people who are mentally strong, they can achieve anything whatever they want. So when yoga helps you, integrate you, develop you, this is the mental level of your growth. The next one is intellectual. Intellectually, how we can strong by yogic practices or yoga help you to develop intellectually. Means what? Good memory, good intellectual capacity. Intellectually, we should be strong, right? Creativity, analysis, so concentration, all these aspects. Your children's class is there. Why we practice them or make them to practice all the balancing asanas, balancing practices make you more focused, isn't it? To focus on a particular, when they study or when we are doing in some work, we are fluctuating, we are going from one level to another. You are not able to focus or concentrate on particular job, right, on your particular work alone. So go on changing from one place to another, and mind is totally moving. So mentally and intellectually, when you are very strong, weakness, memorizing, right? Whether it is Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, we are getting confused, right? So this memorizing the things and developing is very important. See, all the text in ancient time, they were all practicing not by written form, but memorizing. Many of the Vedic centers, if you go, they learn the Vedas by chanting alone, right? There are a number of people who learn Gitas or different, text by hearting the things, right? So intellectually, how we can strong. So the students in the growing time, in the childhood itself, when they practice yoga and related aspect and understand this concept, then intellectually they become very sharp, right? So memorizing. So before starting the examination, some yogic practices, some deep breathing, some Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Before studying, when they practice it, intellectually they can become more sharp, more resultative, more productive, right? So whoever is in the, whether it is in engineers or in the, nowadays all doctors, most of 90% of the doctors start practicing yoga. 90% of the engineers, they start practicing yoga, right? 90% of the scientists, they start practicing yoga. There is no stream where you can leave yogic practices. Ancient time or in the 1 or 2 decades before, it was not the picture like that. They were all fascinated with other Western ways of physical practices, right? Now everybody wanted to practice yoga, right? Because the total development happens. Mentally, how we can be strong. So when you are involved in any intellectual practices or the job or any things which will help you. So intellectually, how we can be strong and courageous. That is very important. Right. The next one is
for attention deficiency in the kids. We use this level just to make them concentrate and then more. They are very intelligent. Just because of this TV and then games and all these things, their entire energy is going. Okay, slowly cut down and bring it to place, like walking, jumping, and then sports, and then suddenly they become instant hit in the school. Instant hit. When they go to cricket, they play and they hit a six and runs. Just because of making that an intellectual more I can do. It's helping, especially in kids now. And even in Sakana, there is one group, she did something in the mind management. She started 4 days before. Just went in, but the day she opened in the very next day, people, I don't know whether I will survive here or not. Now it is fully packed. Because all are coming with the kids, wife, husband, problems.
Managing the children itself is
Managing children. Because it's a powerhouse. You can't manage the powerhouse. Even any parents, it's very difficult. One moment they will be here, another moment they will do something else because they don't know what they are doing. So controlling them is very difficult and they will get into stress, mothers especially. So the intellectually you have to sit with them, calm down, then tell them to cut them, tell them to bring the finger movements. That is also not happening nowadays. When you hold it, you are only holding with the 2 fingers, not like when you open a Prasad or a carrot, you hold completely with the 5 fingers. And then thumb with the thumb, closing with the thumb. No, these people only, they don't know how to balance it.
I think we can control them by making them experience how it is. I've worked with a lot of kids and I'm very lucky to say that I can control kids like 40 kids in a group. So
you come to kids yoga class.
Yeah.
I will send my kids. There's a lot of energy. By the end of the day, I'll be like flat. He will be like still jumping.
We should be
Yeah.
Prasad.
That's why I was very pleased.
We should be
I
kids.
always keep him outside so that he doesn't get to watch TV. When he's bored, only he'll ask for TV, tabs. So I always keep him out. If he doesn't find friends, I have to play with him. Football, everything. So by end of the day, I'm like completely flat. My legs will be paining. If I tell my leg is pain, it's okay, Mama. Tomorrow it will be fine. I'm like, I know, but I want something. Oh, you can always sleep in the night. Come, let's play now. I don't know where he gets it. For him only I joined yoga. First thing, because I was not able to match up for his energy level.
So you need emotional.
Yeah.
Emotionally you should get balanced.
Yeah.
Not for kids, for individual growth and how we can develop, right? Emotionally there is a lot of conflict and balancing. Thinking is see, all are interconnected, right? Emotionally, how we can be positive thinking and we say, right? It is emotionally when we say mental level get balanced, mental level gets strong, right? So emotional, see any development we say, okay, intellectually we should develop, we should be very sharp. IQ should be very strong, right? So next came the EQ, right? Emotional quotient, where you should be emotionally get balanced. Positive thinking and negative thinking should be get balanced. That is EQ, right? Then the next level also is there, spiritual quotient. You should be spiritually, you should be quotient. Means develop yourself, right? So emotional confidence. See, nowadays for any after in Kerala and all, no, after class 10 examination result, the police will be deputed in the what is called seashore and all. A lot of suicide and for 1 mark, 2 mark, a lot of cases are being after if parents are beating children or give some punishment, children will run away or take railway ticket and go or without ticket going and not missing cases we can see in the not only the children, even the elders or everything, family. Some quarrel happens, wife will pack everything and tata bye bye, right? It happens, right? What of highest number of what is called this not only suicide, this divorce cases. Bangalore is the IT hub and what is called
the second
highest
Delhi second highest Bangalore
divorce cases are pending like anything and small matters we get mentally unable to adjust each other. Children are not able to, brothers are not able to adjust, families to families not able to adjust. societies to society, religion to religion, all this conflict. Emotionally, we are totally down, right? How we can make them uplift or grow?
When we are becoming this, all the
Strength also is-
aspect they are losing it. Maybe our families, like before around, like in Indian families around, we used to have
Parents used to be more grandparents.
We used to be together.
Bigger families.
Big family. And nowadays, like small families, and even though we have brothers and sisters, everybody are separate. Before, we used to be together. Like even though it's a festival, like celebration will be different. In our house itself, is more than enough to celebrate
Festivals.
manner. Now the money is becoming more and wealthy, and lifestyle is becoming very easy. These problems are creating more. The problems are becoming more actually. Like maybe a direct case, maybe a suicide case. Before we I'm not a good student. I proudly I said I'm not a number one student. But yes, there is something you have to learn, and there is something you have to leave. Whatever you learn, just try for next time. Even though you fail,
Implement it.
Give a try. Give a try so that you can come up. But now this is becoming less, and I feel like all the families should take care of that, and families should guide children or something. So that
So everybody should start practicing yoga.
Yeah.
Only it is possible. So emotionally, unless if you are not strong, the rest of the things also will not be possible. Intellectually also is not possible, and mentally also is not possible. So emotionally a balanced system, not too much attached, not too much detached, a balanced state. That is how Shastra says always. A balanced mental attitude will help you to grow emotionally. So emotional strength, emotional quotient is very important. Next one is spiritual. Spiritual or social, we can say. Social. Spiritual questions, ultimate. The spirituality is not doing some puja hours together in the puja room or in the temple or worshipping or doing all type of vrita or austerities or the disturbing your systems, not that. Or asking all your needs and worries, or not spirituality. Spirituality is finding the oneness. Spirituality is seeing the divinity in others, seeing the oneness, helping or empathy, feeling for others is spirituality. Spirituality is taking care of the society as one. Okay, feeling like others also as a family member, that feeling of oneness, that is spirituality. Taking care of the nisarga, the nature, is spirituality. Caring others is spirituality. Okay, the real spirituality is seeing the divinity in others. Okay, then feeling of oneness will come. So, as I told, each soul is potentially divine, the Lord is to manifest the divinity within, by controlling the nature, by enduring and external. So, feeling of oneness is spirituality. So, for that development, for that understanding, for that clarity, okay, the spiritual development yoga will help you. So, that is the social development. Social development means I alone should grow, not others, or individual growth. You know, the person who is a great yogi, he himself proclaims, he travels in a small boat, and the person who is riding the boat, the story is told by Rameshwar Paramahamsa, right? So he proudly says that I know this Upanishad, I know Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, all the Upanishadic principles. Then the boat driver is saying that, no, I don't know this principle. Again he says that, you know the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, this fellow is a poor man. He says, no, I don't know. Suddenly one storm comes and, with a hole or, the water start entering into the boat and boat is going to sink, right? That time the driver asks the philosopher, do you know swimming? I don't know swimming. Okay, I am going to swim and escape myself. You know what just happens, right? So philosophies alone will not help you. Common sense or your understanding or proudness. So the seeing, the spirituality is feeling for others, feeling the oneness, feeling your highest form, highest development. That is the highest form of the growth. That is why in any yoga institutes, if you go great spiritual souls, if you go highest yogic principles is nothing but serving the humanity. Serve the hand, serve. Swami Vivekananda says, serve men, serve God. He says, we always in the Upanishads, it says, Madhur Devo Bhava, Pitur Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. He added that Murkha Devo Bhava, Daridra Devo Bhava, Murkha Devo Bhava, Daridra Devo Bhava. In today's paper it is there. One tribal fellow, he taken something from the shop, stolen maybe. Okay, he is mentally also disturbed. He is beaten like anything and he died. Yesterday he was admitted in a hospital and today he died by stealing some food items from the shop. I saw some Kerala tribal fellow. See, our attitude of, we say that, our country is developing or, growing. So, which level we are growing? Only the physical level we are growing. Rest of the levels we are very weak. That is what, by seeing, by looking, we are human beings, but nature, by practice, by principles, we are animal human beings. Ahara, nidra, maithunam cha. Told. So, dharma, dharmehi desha madhivo vishesha. Your principles make you too different from animals. Otherwise you become animals only, right? Your human beings is differentiate with your character, with your nature, with your deeds, with your development. So all these conflicts are happening because of lack of yogic principles in daily life, right? So how spiritually also we can grow only by feeling for others only, taking care of the society only. Individual growth alone will not make you to grow. Individually, I want to be rich. Everybody want to be rich. See the Modi, which Modi? Nirav Modi, highly educated. Other Ambani's grandson or somebody also is there. Sister's daughter also. He studied in America, US, in Cambridge University, MBA and all that. These all people highly educated and. For some crores of rupees, what for this much money, what they are going to achieve in that, cheating the society, cheating the country, right? Our government, where they are going to survive. The whole society is having a negative feeling or cheater like that name comes. Unless and until if you earn money without your hard work, where it is making you to grow, right? You earn money. Scripture is saying that you should become poor and starve, or you should not, you develop yourself with your hard work, with your hard-earned money. Be happy, right? All nuisance is being done by whom? Highly educated people, IAS, IPS officers are doing all nonsense, right? Corruption. Highest corruption is happening. Where? Not in the lower level, in the higher level. Politicians.
Because we are missing that
lack of feeling of oneness, right? Taking care of others. You want to grow. What you will do with all these crores and crores of rupees? Your family or your next generations, few crores or okay, there is a limit, and he earned also. Nirav Modi has earned enough. Crorepati he is. In the competition to become one. Right? He has done all this injustice. Right? What for? You earn money with your hard work. You get satisfaction. You feel happy. Right? Not by cheating and the lack of your character. Character make the man. The Swami Vivekananda, when he went to the West, he told in the Western country, when after seeing his saffron cloth and people told, he is very undeveloped fellow, like that. Then he told, here the tailor make the man, In our country, the character make the man, right? Though we also need to develop a lot, right? There is a lot of transformation is required. Development in all levels is required. Then only you become a developed personality in yogic point of view. So this is what yoga's contribution were. All-round holistic development. Usually, not only the physical development alone, not only the intellectual development alone, not only the emotional development alone, an integrated development where physically, mentally, intellectually, emotionally and spiritually, social development, when you do it or develop it, a total personality development will happen. That is what is meant by yogic principles. Okay, so physical development alone is not the purpose of yoga session alone or yoga session. Okay, so make them develop in all levels by educating them, by convincing them, understanding their lacunas, and so we need to develop in that way. So individual development is the total development. So that is what is the purpose of yoga. Okay, so that is our principles or the scriptures are teaching.
That means when we start doing yoga, holistically it starts increasing these levels.
All levels also should grow. It is interconnected only.
Without our knowledge, we know that
Totally, that's
level.
so there are so many people who comes with other bad habits. They say that after the practice of yoga, even though we don't say to stop or anything, they say that automatically I stopped many of my bad characters or anything. And even there are many people who become vegetarians, though never we say that you should become vegetarian or yoga, it is not there, of course, right? So you can have whatever help you to grow in all these levels. Whatever you want, you can. But you should not get disturbed mentally later on, or after having this thing, you are disturbed yourself. Not like that. But there are so many people who live such type of food also, right? Habit also. And nobody is perfect. Nobody is ultimate, you should be very total, complete person like that. It is not there. This balancing, the physical level means what? Vata, Pitta, Kapha should be get balanced. Ultimate total personality or developed personality is the divine person only, right? But of course, our growth is towards that only. But whatever extent possible, we have to be perfect, right? Whatever extent, wherever